What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Microtopia. Uh, Last time we unveiled our new setup for our main island. Let's get this going, see how we're doing. Really want to check how the queen does. Yeah, I think it works out good. We're about to get there. We're about to get there. Yeah, we're about to get there. Okay. Alright, let me turn my alarm on, my timer on. Excuse me. Okay. So, again, last time we unveiled all of this new stuff that we did, up to and including creating, what are they called? Fancy ants for the first time. Looks like we already have storage for LEDs. So this is sort of like a working storage that eventually these guys are going to go all the way down here and do all kinds of other stuff. But right now that's all we need. Okay. I think what we really need to do is work on, because at the end of last episode, we tried to create this polluted island scanner, which we can work on. And, you know, we're creating iron plates. As we create them, they're being used. We have no glass, which figures. That's the wrong one. It's supposed to go here. Sorry. Alright. So glass is again becoming extremely important. What we really need to do is make sure that we have enough miners, right? Because at the moment we only have 3 miners working. And do we have large miners coming? We do not, but we can get those soon. How much do they cost? 200. Jeez, too many jellyfish. Okay. So we're going to need to get those. Work on that as soon as we can, of course. Good news is that we always have plenty of worker ants going in here to make plenty of, is that what they're called? Inventor ants? There's so many different kinds of ants. I forget. Wow, and we have really pumped up our number. 61. Oh, we should turn this off, shouldn't we? Let's turn this off, since we don't need it anymore. Sorry, just trying to focus here. All these ants can go here. This can go away. Go back here. Okay, there we go. Now, we can do other things here. And we need lots of glass, of course, because we need to create enough things. Hopefully we have enough stuff coming here soon to do what we need. Probably just get that down to 25. It's probably okay. Got both of those working. Good. And right now we're just kind of playing the game forward a little bit. We need to do a couple things here. Excuse me. Obligatory wife text. Sorry. we're going to be able to get to 200, I think, pretty quick with this setup now. And hopefully we aren't wasting too many of our guys here. Like this is not something that we want to waste. But I think that once we get more, and we're cranking through the light bulbs, which is an issue. Just what I was trying to avoid with, you know, having minimum amounts. You know what I mean? A minimum amount of these small ants, but there seems to be so many of them just constantly going. And I feel like once we get, yeah, because look how many we also have here. Look how many of these ants that we have here already. There's, how many fancy ants do we have already? 6. So once that's, you know, going and sped up everything, I feel like we aren't going to lose too many light bulbs, you know? What the hell happened here? Oh! Good thing we're paying attention, y'all. Good thing we're paying attention. That would have been really bad. That's why you always gotta troubleshoot ahead of time, you know, or in the correct time frame, right? Okay, so what are we gonna do with these ants now that they're just chilling here doing nothing? We're gonna do something like this. We gotta move them over a little bit. Might be enough. Let's see. Okay. So like that, I think. And then from here, take these. Yep. Still remember what we're doing. Trade these for not carry, right? Let's just make sure that we have everything set up so we don't get any nasty surprises. Let's get our stockpile gates. 1, 2. Yeah, because all we need is to assign this if there's less than, you know, I don't know, 300 in there. But don't stand there now. Don't stand there now. Okay, this is greater than 0. We can do this. We'll do our elder gate routine here. Yeah. So again, we're trying to make it so that we don't have to spend so much time on this. They can just do it themselves. And what do we have in here? An issue? Yep, see? We were just not quick enough. We were just not quick enough. It's okay. We're getting there. We are getting there. This is going to change to here. And then I think we need like this. Well, this should never get to 0. Because we're going to have limits on this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This can even be, you know, 275 is probably okay. Oh, that's annoying. Mm-hmm. We'll do this one then. Because that could be an issue. We don't want large workers to go in there. There we go. Somehow that one was not connected properly. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. There's just so many. I feel like that's, you know, one of the risks that you run, I think. But what we could do... there's just so many ants, it's just nuts. Up to 248. Yeah. And the problem was that we missed out on so many of these being born. You know? Now it should catch up, I think. I think it's catching up. So yeah, there should always be 3 in there. Takes 30 seconds, should be about right. Alright. This episode's pretty much just troubleshooting, of course. And that's how it should be. You know, we aren't going to make it on the first try perfect. You know. This poor guy died in here. Damn. We're gonna have to, because otherwise they're just gonna keep producing, aren't they? That's also part of the problem. So maybe we can send one of these guys. How many drones do we have anyway? We only have 14 drones out of all that. It's kind of crazy. Oops, and how many fancies? 10, we're up to 10, okay. We're getting there. This is not a concern by any stretch of the imagination. All we're realizing is our potential. And what we need to do is, you know, just make sure that we always have to be utilizing the princess. Like, we can't not have one, right? Because otherwise this setup is just going to overload us. And that isn't something that we want either. So let's make sure that we're doing that. Again, it's just troubleshooting, you know. sure that we got everything working properly. I think we do. Again, just working out the kinks. Slowly getting eaten. And we didn't even highlight this crazy contraption, which just, you know, you grab a green and you shoot it. Looks like we're on top of it. Looks like we're on top of it. And as we get longer life, longer lived workers, we can expand on this as well. But right now, this is what we have. All right. It looks like we've made our way through here, which is pretty good, you know. But look at how full this is of pod workers, which we don't want. This can be like, you know, 35, and this can be like 50, because we don't need too much in here, and I don't think they're ever going to get that much anyway in there. But we'll see, you know, as this stockpile of pod workers diminishes, you know, we may not use so many of these. I think it's just gotten to the point where we are oversaturated with them. And we could also make princesses here, but I really like the idea of having one centralized location to send all of our elder drones. So I think that's a necessity. I do see that we are losing light bulb capacity here, which is somewhat alarming. And we're gonna just do this right here. I know, it's okay. We're still getting plenty on this island. And I know that we need to make a, we're gonna make a workshop to make some casings, but not until we get through all of this rubble. And then eventually we're just gonna have everything shipped in here. But it's happening quickly. It's down to 7 fancy ants. How we're to 89. Very nice. Okay, here's our princess. And that means that it's time to create, yet again, another masterpiece. Which is to say, a guide. We've had a few, right? We've had a few of these yellow guys walk past here. I think it should work. Nope. Three, two, one. Hey, it counted, it counted, it counted. And if it turns out that we are using way too many of these, then what we can do, of course, is something like yay. Of course, right? Or something like these. You know, we'll make it work. I'm not worried. In fact, again, I think it's working itself out just fine. We are, however, running out of these, which is a problem. And I think 4 seconds is really... We need to produce one every 4 seconds, which I don't think we were doing. So... we'll see how that works. We may need to import from here. We'll see. We can do that though, because we have established our train line. We just need more light bulbs. It's always one step, right? We're one step away from greatness. I really wish there was a way, you know, to do that. To let those ants just keep walking on the trail, like if they fell onto a trail. That'd be so handy. I feel like we're doing okay on this one. I'm just trying to, again, make sure that we have plenty of, you know, we're not getting hit too hard here, I guess, in any one location. And it looks like this is set up just fine. Do we have space there, though? Hey, we do. I don't know what we're going to set up here. Maybe just a second larva. Okay, I think we're doing good. Only problem is we might have too many of these, so we might want to split them off and do something else. See though, we might be able to split them off into the third, but you know, to do this, but like this, we're already out of this. It's not good. It's like just in between 4 and 5 is just not enough, you know? Is that the one? Yeah, no, we don't. We want resin here. There. It's going quickly as well, of course. I do like how everything is being manufactured reliably, I should add. We're up a couple here, which is nice. So that's 16 seconds divided by 4. It's 1 every 4 seconds. Let's change it back to 5. And this we could change to like 1 minute, right? 2 minutes, something like that. There we go. This one we can change to every 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Something like that. For now. We want to save all of our blue energies, of course. Utilize those pretty much primarily for the queen. Let's just make sure they use both of those. Oh, we can keep, you know, at least 60% in use. Almost there. There's so many of these guys, it's just crazy. So I think what we're gonna have to do is something like this. And then this will go back here, right? Okay, and then this is gonna go here. Oops, no. This is gonna go here. Any small workers. And then they're gonna go here. Into more large workers. There we go. Okay. Let's go like this. Like that. Okay, that should work better. Oh, because we don't want too many of these. We have way too many of those. Oh, that's the end of the timer, and we're in dire straits with this setup here because we just can't craft enough of these yet. But we'll be okay. We don't need too many ants, you know, just enough to sustain us for now. And eventually we'll get back to, you know, whatever we need. But for now, that's been another episode. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.